All right, everybody, how you doing? It is Monday, March 2nd, and I just want to remind you it is Monday, so I sent out the new edition of MMT Trader, yeah. So if you want to get that, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and sign up for a 30-day free trial. Remember, I'm the only one who has an applied approach to MMT. Nobody else does that. I know somebody here posted a comment saying that Professor Bill Mitchell does that. He does not. He's an academic. He teaches MMT theory. He's a professor. He's not in the markets. Okay? He's not in the markets. I have 40 years of experience. I've been a member of 4 exchanges. The CME, the NYMEX, the COMEX, and the New York Futures Exchange. I had seats on all of those exchanges. I was a floor trader, and apart from that, I managed money for a major hedge fund and a major international bank. Bill Mitchell, nice guy. Never met him, seems like a nice guy. A nice qualified professor when it comes to MMT. He is not using the concepts of MMT to trade and invest. So that is wrong. I'm the only one who's doing that. And I am the only one who has created an information service that uses the concepts and understandings of MMT. All right, anyway, you all know that. I don't know why I had to repeat it, but somebody said, hey, Bill Mitchell. No, Bill Mitchell doesn't do what I do. All right, wow. A lot of volatility. Today, the Dow was up, I think almost 1,300 points. I think this was the biggest one-day price increase in the Dow's history. I mean, we've had a lot of records broken in the past 2 weeks. Anyway, let me give you a little synopsis. First of all, on Friday, and by the way, I apologize for not being able to make a video on Friday. I went away for the weekend. I did a hike. I did a 10-mile hike in one of our state parks here, Harriman State Park, gearing up for my rim-to-rim hike of the Grand Canyon in May. That's a 23 to 25 mile hike. I did a 10-mile hike. This weekend I will do a 25-mile, I guess you could call it a walk. It's not a hike, but I'm doing a 25-mile walk. But I've been doing these recently and, you know, building up my stamina and endurance to make this hike. The 10-mile hike this weekend, it was about 28 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was cold, but it was really invigorating and it was really nice. By the way, all this stuff also adds to your mental game. It adds to mental toughness, to inner strength, right? Remember Gary Kasparov when I told you? When he talked about what are the qualities, what are the traits of a great chess player? You know, he didn't talk about strategy. He didn't talk, of course, you got to have that. You got to know how to play the game. But the first thing he said, boom, was inner strength. Inner strength. You're dealing with a game, and this is gamesmanship, trading, investing. You're dealing with a game where you don't know with 100% certainty what is the outcome. So you make a move, you make a decision, and then you have to go with that. You have to manage that. You have to push through. Same thing here. Let's talk about the markets a little bit. And you know, I've spoken about that so many times and so often about inner strength, mental toughness, resilience, ability to handle discomfort, ability to handle stress. This is an inherently stressful activity. And there are no shortcuts. All right, so the market was up today. Okay, Friday, I sent out around midday to my subscribers, cover your shorts. Now, we have been short since basically January, the market. A lot of my people made big gains, okay? I had one guy, he sent me an email, said, Mike, thank you very much. I'm going out to buy a new Audi today with the money that I made. So he made like, you know, I don't know, 70,000 quick in 2 trades, 70, 80,000. He's going out and he's buying it. He sent me a picture of it. Beautiful car, beautiful car. So congrats to him. And I got a lot of emails like that. Had emails to the effect of, Mike, thanks so much. You saved my portfolio. I was moving aggressively to cash before this whole thing happened. And, you know, stories like that. A lot of stories like that I'm very happy to hear. So I sent out an email on midday Friday saying, get out of your shorts. And that was a good call. I mean, we closed, the futures closed higher on Friday. And today, you see what happened. We had a huge rally. Now, I am not saying this is the bottom. There are things, by the way, and you really should get my report because I go into detail on this. The banking data in the most recent week, through the week of February 19th. And February 19th, you know, we were already well into the coronavirus scare. We were already well into companies pre-announcing or giving warnings about guidance or lowering profit forecasts, this sort of thing. So the banking data, there was plenty of time for that to reflect some kind of a slowdown in credit demand, but nothing. As a matter of fact, in this most recent week, ending February 19th, everything was very, very strong. I mean, bank credit was way up, loans and leases were way up, residential real estate loans were way up, consumer loans were up. About the only deposits were way up, and right, I call that that's the cash on the sidelines. Everything was really strong. I didn't see anything except maybe for one thing, and that was automobile loans. Now, automobile loans over the last 14 months, they've just been accelerating every single week, going higher and higher, not just the nominal level, but the growth pace of those loans. They've been growing rapidly. But over the last few weeks, they have plateaued and starting to kind of, the growth pace, I'm not talking about the nominal outstanding amount, that's still at an all-time high, but the growth pace is slowing down. Now, I just raised that as a point because auto loans were one of the things that I looked at through all the turbulent period last year and even at the end of 2018 when we were, you know, in that big correction, and I had so many people crying and, wow, you told me to buy and it went down a little bit past where you told me to buy. And then what? We went up all-time highs record. But auto loans in that period and all through 2019, every time it looked like, you know, everybody was screaming recession and economic slowdown and the trade war and the inverted yield curve and this and that. I mean, I was looking at auto loans and they were just every week accelerating. People were out there buying. It was I think it was a good barometer on the economy. That's all I'm saying is now it's plateauing out. It's the growth pace is rolling over. So that's one. It's a minor thing, but maybe it's something. The other thing, and it's what I've been talking about, is the fiscal situation, and you know that is still there. All right, you got the growth in tax deposits exceeding the growth in spending. Now, we have not reached the inflection point yet where tax deposits stay. We had a brief moment there where that was happening, but now it flipped back around where, you know, we have more spending than tax deposits, but it's close. They're getting close. And the other thing is the deficit. The deficit, the way to think about the deficit is the net addition of financial assets, dollar-denominated financial assets into the economy, right? When the government spends, somebody gets that money, and when the government taxes, some of that is taken away. And what's left over is the deficit. But that's the surplus for the non-government, for us, for people, for firms, for everybody. Now, the increase in the deficit this year is only $7 billion over last year. But last year at this time, the deficit was up $137 billion over the previous year. In other words, last year at this time, the government net added $137 billion of new financial assets, that's wealth, right, into the economy. This year, it added a net $7 billion. That's it. So here's the thing, last year, that $137 billion, that was only good enough to give us a 2% GDP growth rate. So this year, we basically added nothing. So I'm saying the fiscal picture is not good. It's not supportive enough, especially with the virus and everything else like that. I understand the bounce. Short term, this thing got very oversold, and I get it. We had a big bounce. Everybody, whoa, it's fantastic. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm actually selling into this bounce. Anyway, that's it for today. Go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com. Sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. You won't be disappointed, believe me. See you tomorrow. Bye.